The writing part was a real eye-opener for me because, it has been said in the past that I don't necessarily play well with others. And the last time I tried writing anything with anyone else, it was probably more than 30 years ago, honestly, when I was involved more in the theatre. And at that time, I hated writing with somebody else because I constantly felt like I was swimming against the tide, So this time it was just wonderful because we had that all sort of almost unspoken shorthand understanding of one another. And one of the things about a thriller for me, one of the things that really has to ring true is the plausibility of the decisions that the characters make. So, it's the kind of thing where, to exaggerate, you could have your hero is in a room, on the 20th floor of a building, receives a phone call telling him that he has to get outside and chase somebody down the street. If in your book you have him weave a rope out of hair that he's just shaved off his head and then scale down the outside of the building, no one's going to believe it. They're going to say, well, why didn't he just go down in the elevator and walk through the main door? So sometimes when you're developing a story and you're thinking, okay, well, what would the character do next? It can still be surprising, but it needs to be plausible. The reader needs to think, yeah, I can see that why he or she would do that. And that was something where we were always on the same page. We were saying, well, what would Reacher do next? What would the villain do next? And that was great because our ideas just sort of built on top of one another rather than pulling us in different directions.
And of course, you need momentum as well. The decisions are not just got to be right, but they've got to lead to the next one and the next one and the next one, so that the momentum is unstoppable, and you get to the end of the book. And the end of the book, I have a saying that the end of any thriller or mystery has got to be both surprising and inevitable for it to be plausible.